Previously on Mirror Musings Mystery Theater.
The name's Skillet. Douglas R. Skillet. Detective. Private Eye. Gumshoe. And this is my caseload. It was a Thursday. I was minding my own business, sitting in my office, when this dame walked in who could turn you into a Meshuggah with just a glance. She hired me to find her husband's killer. Incapacitator is more like it. The planned hit went south and sent her old man to the hospital and not to the morgue. I had one lead. The killer was hired at Bucket of Bones Butcher's Emporium, located in the heart of the seedier part of town. I went, spoke to an old buddy of mine, and took a little interest in one of his poker pals. A blimp of a fellow named Sam, international weaponry hobbyist. I stepped back outside and just kept out of sight, waiting for Sam to kick the bucket and head home. Nothing like a good tale on a Thursday. A sunny afternoon. It would take Sam another 5 hours to get his fill of bad poker. By that time, my left calf had cramped up so bad it took me whacking it with a stick to have it feel normal again. And that's when Sam walked out. I must have looked like some kind of possessed pedestrian, beating my lower leg with a 2x4. He didn't seem to notice, and once the cramp had left me, I was on his tail and keeping it low. Sam had a fast trot for a large man. He carried his weight well, like he had taken ballroom dancing and couldn't get the tunes out of his head. It would take him 12 blocks of foxtrots and sambas before he dipped into a simple brownstone tenement. I took the direct approach and followed him inside. He was already on the elevator and going up. The place was clean, but still had that smell you get from too many carpet washes and coats of paint. I waited to see what floor he would get off on. Number 3. 3 was my lucky number. I skipped up the stairs, knowing nothing could stop me now. When I stepped out of the fire escape, an endless hall of apartment doors was all I had before me. He must have slipped inside one already. By how fast he had twinkle-toed down the street, it could be any one of these. So, just like the old days when you'd go through the phone book, name by name, I started knocking on doors and making up every excuse I could muster. Exterminator, bedbugs or dead bugs. Peephole repairman. Not a peep out of you can't be fixed by me. Revenue Canada, you're being audited. That one didn't work so well. None of the voices from behind the doors was Sam's, so I kept going. Pizza delivery. Pojo's pies are perfection for your palate. We're taking a census. Pipeline or no pipeline?
Who's there?
The voice sounded familiar.
Knock knock who?
Florence. The door opened. Well, I'll be. Lady Chamomile. She was dressed more comfortably. She could bend. I dropped my keys just to be sure, and she handed them back, without incident.
Detective Skillet, what brings you to my threshold?
All her makeup was gone, but that didn't put her at a loss. Except maybe her head looked smaller.
Did you find the killer? That didn't take you long.
I stepped inside, forcing her back into the apartment, and said, "You're not why I'm here." She seemed a little tense. She was chewing her nails, chewing the inside of her cheeks, biting her lip. It was like watching a cannibal commit suicide. I haven't found out anything, I'm just tailing a hunch. Her good eye kept darting to an open door, like she was expecting something to jump out at us. Her domicile was tastefully decorated, not overfurnished, like looking at a page of one of them fancy magazines. You have good taste.
Thank you. I try to recycle as much as I can.
I wondered if her jealous lover had taken one of her ears, too, but a closer look at all her furniture and knickknacks proved that they were all, in fact, made from repurposed materials. The Afghan on the couch made from aluminum cans. The lamp, an old vase with blue jean shade. Even the carpet was a series of remnants all stitched together with shoelaces.
Who were you following, Detective?
I needed time to think. What did it mean that Sam and she lived in the same building? Maybe they didn't meet at the butcher shop. Maybe they were even closer than that. Maybe
you shouldn't be talking out loud.
I thought fast. Do you have a washroom?
Yes.
She just stared.
Indoor plumbing has been around a long time.
I meant, can I use it?
Of course. It's the first door on the right.
Excusing myself, I quickly found where Florence had pointed, locked the door, and took a seat. It was 8:15 p.m. What the hell was I doing? It took me a second to realize that the entire latrine was mirrored. Every square inch of every wall. The cabinets and tub were gray. There was a dish of elephant soaps next to the sink. Elephants paraded on the shower curtain and towels. The toothbrushes were shaped like elephants. The mat at my feet was 2 enormous elephant footprints. It was like standing in the middle of a stack. That's what a group of elephants is called. I took out a stick of Beeman's chewing gum to calm my thoughts, tossed the wrapper into the wastebasket, and noticed it was full of peanut shells. I chomped long and hard.
Detective Skillet, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Would you care for a drink?
Sure, that would be lovely. Thank you, Florence.
Do you have a preference?
Preference? Yeah, smooth, tall, no ice. The color of fine motor oil with the consistency of mercury.
You're talking out loud again.
Scotch, straight up. She walked away. I pulled the shower curtain back. Straw pieces sprinkled the tub. My mind began to swirl. I flushed, grabbed a handful of elephants, and turned the water to hot. The steam rose, filling my nostrils. That's when I noticed it. An etching on the vanity mirror, perfectly proportioned. If you stood just the right way, the etching was of an elephant's head. Ears, tusks, trunk, and those cute whiskers they have on their high foreheads. It made you look just like one, your face fitting amongst the drawn features as if they were a part of you, as if you had become it.
The bar's open, Detective Skillet. Come on out.
I had more questions now than when I walked in. I turned the doorknob and thought, I hate Thursdays.